So before any execution, the executionee is asked last words, which sounds pretty metal, but that's only because we watch movies. And in movies, there's like an old cowboy who's very cool and rugged, who's like, last words, punk. But matter of fact is, instead of a handsome, rugged cowboy like the young Clint Eastwood asking the question, a wrinkly, suited square like the old Clint Eastwood asked the question. Yuck. Here are 5 of the most haunting last words from some of just the worst people. Number 5, David Long. David Long was the worst roommate ever. Listen, I have my faults and I'm aware of them. Dishes, not my bag, baby, but David Long makes me look like goddamn Julie Andrews in The Sound of Music. Long murdered his 3 housemates in 1999 and was executed. These were his last words. I can't really pinpoint where it started. What happened to me was in California. I was in the reformatory schools and penitentiary. They create monsters there. Knee-jerk reaction, I'm offended. My beautiful state, how dare you? California is the home of oceans and mountains and forests and deserts and the goddamn redwoods. Are you kidding me? But on the other hand, we are the home of the Kardashians and Gwyneth Paltrow and a severe water drought because we're all too self-involved to not take our 45-minute steam showers. So like, I get it, but also leave me alone. Number 4, Aileen Wuornos. There are many tragedies in the story of Aileen Wuornos. First, when Aileen was arrested, she claimed that her murders were in self-defense, and then she admitted to her murders were in cold blood, and then she claimed that they were in self-defense again, and then she claimed that the government knew that she was a lean, mean, killing machine and just let her murder. So needless to say, she was a little bit cuckoo pants. In the months leading up to her execution, Aileen went full tinfoil hat. You think I'm a crazy conspiracy lady? I am. I ain't nothing compared to end of life Aileen. As you'll see in her last words, she became super Jesus-y, which I will not give an opinion about because I fear the comment section. I'd just like to say I'm sailing with the rock. I'll be back like Independence Day with Jesus, June 6th. Like the movie, big mothership and all, I'll be back. What? Aileen, that's crazy. Number 3, James French. James French was a killing killer serving a life sentence in 1966. French hated prison so much that he decided his best move was to kill his cellmate in order to get executed so he didn't have to serve his life sentence. Guess what, James? You did it. It worked. You're dead. When asked about his last words, James looked to the reporters because there are reporters at every execution, which is terrifying and disgusting, and said, "How about this for tomorrow's headlines? French fries." Gross. I hate puns. But fries are pretty dope, so I get it. Number 2, Lavinia Fisher. In 1820, Lavinia Fisher and her husband committed a series of murders in a bar that they owned together, which would be super cute family-owned business if not for all the murder. But alas, murder. She and her husband were sent to the gallows for their crimes. And while her hubby was busy crying and begging the crowd for forgiveness, and by crowd, I mean the entire town watched you get executed because I guess TV wasn't a thing, which seems super boring and I get it. So anyway, while her husband was pleading for his poor unfortunate soul, Lavinia, the bad bitch that she is, looked at the crowd and said, "If any of you have a message for the devil, tell me quick, I'm about to meet him." What? That's so metal. Bad on you for killing people, but very dope thing to say. And oh my God, Levins, I have so many questions for Satan. Like, firstly, do sigils work? Secondly, did you create Hot Topic? Thirdly, will you be my father? Also, Lavinia didn't just wait to be hanged, she jumped her ass off that platform and hanged herself. Listen, I don't agree with your actions in life, Lavinia, but you left that party like a legend. Number 1, Peter Kurten. Peter, or the Vampire of Dusseldorf, which is an equally horrifying and adorable name, you guessed it, loved blood. Peter was a German serial killer who murdered at least 9 people between 1913 and 1929. In 1931, he was to be executed by guillotine, and if you don't know what a guillotine is, it's a big bladey thing that chops your head off, and these were his last words. Tell me, after my head has been chopped off, will I be able to hear, just for a moment, the sound of my blood gushing from the stump of my neck? That would be the pleasure to end all pleasures. No. No. I could think of a lot more pleasurable stuff than the sound of blood in my ears, like accidentally sending a nude to my mom. I would rather do that than listen to my own blood. Now, any Texas girl like me knows that if you cut off the head of a chicken for about 15 seconds, that chicken will run around with its head cut off. I'm sorry, I know it's traumatic and I apologize for ever doing it, but I have never, despite what many of you might think, cut off the heads of any humans, so I'm not sure if that rule applies. Peter admitted that he got sexual satisfaction from blood, which is why he was so keen on murder. Honestly, Pete, volunteer to blood drive. Problem solved. That was super inspirational. Let it be known that if you ever murder me, my last words will probably be something along the lines of like, ouchie, no, 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 please stop. I don't want it. I don't like it. Ow. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. Please like it, subscribe to Snarled, watch our other videos, comment in the comment section below, and guess what? We are now partnered with Loot Crate. If you want a box full of your favorite stuff, follow the link in the description, put in the code SNARLED, and you will get 10% off. You're welcome. Good night.